Hello. Hello. Hello.
Adds up like this, he opens his briefcase like that, he walks up like that. It's a machine like that. So it is true that Canada will be better. And maybe that from Canada it will come. Maybe it may come from south, from Houston. Houston was good reaction. Houston is better. They again are people living with nature. Here you see there is the whole of New York, you won't find any ground anywhere. The roads are all covered, everything is covered with cement. New York is the most difficult place, and also because you are so close to New York. And that young age that you have around there are people who think, oh, this is the time to sort of be enjoying yourself, see, yaaching, this, that. They have no time for God.
It's conditioned into them.
Beg pardon?
It's conditioned into them to go to at that age to go out and ruin themselves.
So they lack that maturity, but they'll come.
I was born in New York, and so I've always had it sort of, it's been part of me. And I always had this tremendous feeling that
It's really reaching that stage of exhaustion. I'll try one trip next year.
जय श्री माता जी। हम सभी श्री माता जी को प्रणाम करके बंधन लेंगे। महामंत्र।
माता Shri Adi Shakti Mata Di Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha.
हम सभी श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी सुनते हुए ध्यान करेंगे।
This is really my morning. He you see, people have very wrong ideas in such a that we are people who are higher, we are higher people and we should try to control the lower people. And the lower people have even worse ideas because they think that these people are trying to boss us, are trying to control us and trying to tell us, and they are taking away our freedom to do things ourselves, and they are impressing upon us. You see, this is the thing. And this is a very important principle of Guru Tattva. Very important. Because in Guru Tattva it's a 10-petal thing, and inside is the Nabhi chakra. So the 10 petals. They have to be balanced. There has to be a complete balance so that they go through the Navi Chakra upwards. If there is no balance, Navi Chakra gets closed. And this is the thing people don't understand, that nobody is higher and lower in surgery. As that way. Only thing that we are all part and parcel of the same. If there is an imbalance on one side, then it has to be raised. If there is an imbalance on one side, the other side is affected in any case. So those who are creating imbalances should not feel that in any way they are dominated or anything. On the contrary, they are lowering or tilting the other side. So one has to balance. It's one thing. So there cannot be anything higher or lower. You understand my point? If it is a one thing, supposing that states like that, so we can't say this is lower, this is higher. No, it is the same thing. Because it is tilting like that, you see, it may look little gone up because they get tensed up, these people who are at this level, higher level. And the others feel that we are put up. Once we understand we are all one and the same, then there will not be this feeling of somebody trying to be higher or. But those people who are at a higher level, even they are pushed out by the people who are at a lower level, so-called, which is not a lower level at all. As I told you, it's one part of the whole thing. It's a round circle, and one part of the circle goes down, say for example. Or one side of the circle goes down. Anything can happen. Then the other side becomes upset and becomes more aggressive. This way or that way. It might try to run away from them or it may try to dominate them. Because they get affected. It's natural. So there should be an attitude that those who are controlling should try to pacify others, to sometimes tell them firmly, but they should keep their own balance. If they keep their own balance, the other side cannot push them too low. Do you understand my point? Because they can't keep their own dignity and can't keep their ego intact, they go. It is one thing. It's not separate. There is no entity separate now. It's one entity in collective consciousness. So this is why I say nothing is lower or higher. You keep to your own position. That's very important. Not to be aggressed, not to aggress. That's how you will also make them steady. Did you follow this point? But what I find, that if somebody does anything wrong, all the rest, those who are all right, maybe better or maybe in charge or whatever it is, try to behave in a very tense manner. They are no more normal. And they try to dominate that person. Leave him alone for a while. It will work. Say a position comes up, simple positions come up, say somebody is very materialistic person. Still there is a matter attached to him, there's hang-ups and he's still pulled down. Say it like that. Something is doing wrong. Now those people who understand he's done a wrong thing should see it, watch it, and put their attention steady. By putting their attention itself steady, they'll bring up the fellow. See? Because the fellow is going down, no doubt, because of the pull on him. Now, when he is materialistic, how should we approach a person who is materialistic? Yes, but how to say you are living with a person who is very materialistic?
allow them to stay with their possessions for a while and see that it's not everything that he needs. Other things around him more important than his materials. But allow him his own time to see that.
No, best thing is when he is materialistic and the balance is going down because of material things that he has around, and he thinks that material things are good and will live with the material things, then what you should do is to give away something that you have precious with you. To him. And then he'll be so shocked. How could you give that to me? See, that's all. Just to shock that person by giving the most precious thing that you. Then the person is shocked. Or give away something that is, I like it. Alright, have it. I do that many times. Just shock the person. Shocked, God, how did she give away the most precious thing that she had? Or the thing that I liked, she just gave away. And then they ask you a question, how could you do it? She said, I enjoy my generosity. Then they feel that this is something. These are the subtle ways. In everything, if you study the reactions of a person, you can make it out how he is in the spirit. In everything. Say a person, two persons go somewhere, and you see a girl who is over attractive or something, and one starts looking at her all the time. This is another weakness some people have. Now, how do you come over it? How do you balance it? Let's have practical side is there. That's very practical. Mine is all spontaneous reactions. Immediately I vomit. Or you can act as vomiting if you can't. But immediately I vomit. And the person will ask why. So I would say I can't bear the insult to the chastity of the lady. That means, what have I done in all these things? I have brought it upon myself, the whole thing. Not on the other person. That is Nirmala. You see, in my everyday life, if you live with me, you will learn how I react to a thing and how it helps to neutralize the problem. It's very deep knowledge. I don't know if you study my behavior to different things, how I react. Sometimes it will be strong, sharp. Sometimes it will be buying. Sometimes it will be loving. Sometimes it's all. You see, it is Nirmala Vidya is a mobile reaction. Not now. You don't know, huh? It's a very, very subtle understanding of human nature. Sometimes you have to neglect a person. Sometimes you have to. It's a thing you must learn through your Sahaja method. And when the Guru Tattva is really developed inside yourself, automatically. But everywhere you must remember that it is your power which is going to work it out, not the power of another person. This is a basic thing which Sahaja Yogis miss. Now we are organizing an ashram, say for example. And one gentleman comes and says that I will stay in this room, I want to have this, I want to have that. How will you arrange that? We have not thought from that angle, That's why. Now, what we will do, supposing such a situation comes, then what you have to do? Alright? You want to have? You have it. You have my bed, you have everything. Alright, you want to have your cooking arrangement? We'll get you this, we'll get you. Make him into an idiot. But you have to sacrifice in there. If you are yourself an idiot, you cannot make another an idiot. Let him look like an idiot in his own eyes. Also, like some sort of an absurd thing, which is, say, you can give him, say, some sort of an absurd thing, which normally he doesn't use, something like that. You see. For example, a person who is demanding too much and this, that, you can say, alright, you can even have a rake. So he may say, why rake? Oh, if you want to have a lawn in your room. I don't know what you can. They are idiotic people. See, these ego-oriented can go to the idiotic level, and if you show them what are they heading for, that the idiocy is ahead of you, see, all your ego, so forth. Then they. But in all this, you have to show one thing very clearly is concern. Concern, trust, dependence. You have to admit that we can't do it without you. You are in the picture, now we have to look after you. You have to do it. It's our job. It's more a maternal and a paternal feeling, a sort of a patronizing feeling. It should not be shown as the parents here as they show, but the wantedness. That we want, we can't do without. Sometimes it may act as an ego. Then we should just show that I have nothing to do. We have nothing to do with you. Get out. We have nothing to do. Get out of our organization. But once in a while you do that, is good. It's a style of surgery. Yes. But mine is so spontaneous, I don't have to think about it. So that's my style only. But you can understand it. And gradually when you start growing in your understanding, the concern, you see, the stomach is the concern. Too much feeling that, oh God, this one is going to be lost. Then you immediately know how to do it. Somebody is drowning, you know he is getting drowned. You have to say that your part and parcel of your being is getting drowned. Then you will know how to save it. You will know. That's within you, built in. All Nirmala Vidya is built in. Which will be enlightened. And the first and the last resort is asking your mother on the bottom of the tongue. If with pure heart and concern, if you ask it. So far people have been only asking about themselves, what I know about the prayers. Or their wife, husband, children. Nothing wrong. But asking for others, I seldom hear in the prayers. You see, that concern itself makes you a great person. And then if you scold somebody, nobody minds because they know you are doing it for their good. They like it. This is the sign of a good guru. Trying to put your attention to others than to yourself. Now you are collectively conscious. You are only feeling their chakras, but are you becoming themselves? America is a very difficult place, I must tell you. People are extremely selfish, self-centered. And the biggest problem is that To them nothing is important. They are the most important things. Very high-handed. Very high-handed. They never think anybody else has got any brains but the Americans. They are the wisest. It's very difficult. While British, you see, because of traditional life, and they have been beaten up so many times now, they have learned lesson. Americans have been beaten, say in Vietnam, in Korea and all that, but still they are stupid people actually. They don't learn much from that. Now imagine Vietnam, what a chaos it has been. Look at themselves in their own country. I mean, it's all right to say Russia is like that, but you go say it's Russia and America. Russia is definitely a peaceful country. Absolutely peaceful, and no doubt of it. Whether with fear or whatever it is. There's no violence. You don't have to look after your purse all the time. Nothing is lost. Anywhere you. People are very generous, so giving type. You see, material wealth is now becoming less important. So many people told me in Russia that they are seeking their spirit. So many. They wanted to go to India. That's their dream. One day they think India is heaven. They don't know all the goods that those who exist there. Now just see all the goods from India, and the Rakshasas have gone and settled in America. Because the atmosphere is so congenial. Yesterday that Manubhai Chawda told me that this Rajneesh is making a bigger money there than he was making in India. Muktananda has prospered so much, he has so much money that he doesn't want to come back. Everybody has got so much money, and I can't go to America because I don't have sufficient money. Can you imagine? How's good there? They cannot differentiate between good and bad. They cannot differentiate between God and the devil. Idiotic, I should say, to that extent. So, they are very difficult people, but they are great seeds born there. Though they have become stupid, I think, cursed some or other. I have such concern because first country I visited was America. I was very careful in talking to them, but all the time they were talking about dollars. And I thought I am completely failed. And all those people whom I gave realization, only one person among all of them, at least I gave realization to 3,000 people in California. One person turned back. He was no good. All left Swadhisthana from here to there, all cut. Now our idea should be, if we can save them, well and good, if not, forget. It's really reaching that stage of exhaustion. I'll try one trip next year. Let's see how they work out. I had sent one gentleman there. He said, good. I sent word to him that you go there. He ran away. Third day he was out of New York. He said they cannot understand God. They cannot. That's not in their culture to understand. They cannot understand. They can only understand a Satan. They said you must get money. What's it? You have no money. This thing. They are impressed by people like this fat fellow who has 58 Rolls Royce. And freedom means abandonment to them. They don't know what real freedom is. It's a very serious thing. Of course, I'm working on America all the time, so you just don't get desperate about it. Thing may work out at its own time. So next year I'll be there, and we'll organize the whole program. I think they are not actually still prepared. I could have gone much earlier. I went first time there. I could have gone second year again. But my experiences were so shocking. I said they're absolutely on the other side of the world actually. They have to come up a lot. They have gone too far with their advancement. They have to come back, come to the center. Too far. And they're lost. They don't understand that their ego has just blasted them. So I don't blame you for that. In any you are also Guru principle. But you have to be little formal with them, I think. I'll try to see how many you can. Yeah. There's nothing to worry about that. But I think now you will meet.
Or Canada. Where's Canada?
Huh?
Is there any hope for Canada?
What is it?
Is there any hope for Canada?
Yes, Canada would be better. Canada because they are agriculturists. See, agriculturists are always better. Much better people than others. You see these technocrats and these machine people. You see, if you are all the time touching the machine, you see, you also become like a machine. You see, the person who gives you the machine behaves like a machine. Stands up like this, he opens his briefcase like that, he walks up like that. It's a machine like that. So it is true that Canada will be better. And maybe that from Canada it will come. Maybe it may come from south, from Houston. Houston was good reaction. Houston is better. They again are people living with nature. Here you see there is the whole of New York, you won't find any ground anywhere. The roads are all covered, everything is covered, it's cement. New York is the most difficult place, and also because you are so close to New York. And that young age that you have around there are people who think, oh, this is the time to sort of be enjoying yourself, see, yaaching, this, that. They have no time for God.
It's conditioned into them.
Pardon?
It's conditioned into them to go at that age to go out and ruin themselves.
So they lack that maturity, but they'll come.
I was born in New York, and so I've always had it sort of, it's been part of me. And I just had this tremendous feeling that New York is such a center of, in a way, you could say of everything negative, in the sense of money, culture, and all the artificial things, but if it were only cracked, it's such a center that it would change a lot. It would change. I mean, New York must be very important too to try to keep on working on.
That is important, no doubt. I mean, imagine it is the Vishuddhi Chakra center, the center of Vishuddhi Chakra. It is important, no doubt. So what to do? Such a Vishuddhi, hard nut to, I have to crack it. I must get the map of America and New York to crack it. Vishuddhi, you see, all other centers you can raise Kundalini, but at Vishuddhi what you have to do is a strong action. Because the ego starts from there, the super ego starts from there. It's a starting point. They're chanting Sri Krishna's this thing. In New York, you find so many of Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, every corner you find them. Just imagine.
They don't want to shout Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. They just come to you and give you flowers and they ask for donations. But they wear a simpler uniform.
Now they have become bikaris, they have become beggars.
Yes.
Imagine. You can contact them and tell them that now your guru is dead. He has given you nothing except for begging. Somebody can talk to them. We have saved some people from Hare Rama, Hare Krishna now. We can send him to New York sometimes, but not. Here also you can contact these people. You should save nothing of yours. You are just like beggars on the street. We are doing God's work. Why don't you join us? But their ego is of a tremendous type because this fellow has told them that you have to be austere and you have to not eat this, you have to be vegetarians. Vegetarians means horrible. course, vegetarianism is good for people who have eaten too much of non-veg also. You see, because of the Americans, if they become vegetarian, it will be good because they're so violent. It may help them. For Indians, it's better to be non-vegetarians. But for Americans, maybe it may suit them a little more of vegetable eating because they're very bright people and very heated up, very violent, angry type. So it may suit them a little bit. To have more vegetables and less of meats. May suit, as I said. But it's not a thing that can be a religion.
You find it quite fanatical about their diet.
Diet, sir. Everything, you see, human beings are such. Somehow or other they get stuck up. You give them anything, you become fanatical. Even Sahaja Yoga, if they can become fanatical, then now what can we give them? I mean, just think of it. This is the limit. Even about Sahaja Yoga, how can you be fanatical? Which kills all fanaticism. Fanaticism means an obsession where you are not in power. Whatever you get attached to gets on top of you. See. Now in Sahaja Yoga you are in power. In Sahaja Yoga you are handling. You are the one handling Sahaja Yoga. Poor Sahaja Yoga. It never sits on anybody's head, can it? It teaches you how to love, how to give. How can it sit on anyone's head? How can it be fanatical? Somebody say, for example, drinks. Who comes the other day, the fellow was asking. Then they said that if you drink, then you cannot become established. It's all right. That's not fanaticism. But because you drink, you get out of this place, you have nothing to do, we cannot give you realization. This is not to be Sahaja Yoga. It's a loving thing. It's love. Alright, you drink, come. Sahaja Yoga will help. If you feel like drinking, you think of mother, come to us, at that time we'll talk to you, you'll forget it. All these things one can talk, see, to that person. But some people will just go and trash it. Oh, you drink, you are no good, this, that's not good. But certain things, when they play tricks, their minds, then you trash them immediately. Your mind is playing trick, we have nothing to do with it. Like I told yesterday, somebody from Switzerland. I told Warren. He wouldn't listen to me. In the beginning, he brought his wife here. I told him. And I told him very clearly, till we went up to California, where she tortured my life, she tortured me throughout, he would not listen. In a way, he was very good, but he would say, Mother, let it be now, she has married her. But as soon as he left America, she got her epilepsy. And then it came to his head. Otherwise he would not listen to me. He was citing it. Oh, she's my wife and I've married her and this. But I said, what about Sergio? So fanaticism aggresses others through their attachment to a thing. This is no aggression, this is just severing. Get out. We have nothing to do with it. There is no more connection left to aggress or anything. This is what one should understand. That in Sahaja Yoga there is no intention of having any relationship with a person who is not with us.
डॉक्टर नागिन सिंह का फोन मैंने कहा वो आपसे कल से बात करना चाहती पर नंबर नहीं था
So to come to the point is that we are not interested in aggressing anyone. Fanaticism aggresses. Anybody who crosses the limit, we do not have anything to do with that person. We ask him to get out because we are not interested in any aggression. That's not fanaticism. Fanaticism will aggress. Will always have interest of aggression. So in Sahaja Yoga, you go up to a point to see that the person remains with Sahaja Yoga. Otherwise you have no interest. Finished. That person is dead now. It's not no more living in Sahaja Yoga. Finished. You have nothing to do. We are not interested. You see the difference? And this is what Asaj yogis don't understand. When I tell somebody that, forget that person for the time, I have nothing to do with it. Just don't talk of the future, what will happen, how they will come out. Nothing, you have nothing to do with it. Get out. You have no interest. Then out of those who get out of it, they going far away from Sahaja Yoga realize themselves. Not all, some. Then again they come round. When they come round, they accept. You see, we have no interest. Aggressive person always has an interest in aggression. So he won't allow the mouse to run away. The cat won't allow. Cat will always have an interest. As far as that is alive, it will be having interest, but not surgery. Doesn't matter. Get out. We have nothing to do because there's no interest. This double fanatics will do. This is a very fine difference one should understand. But I've seen people, when I tell them off, some people start sympathizing with them. Because still they want to aggress, you see. The sympathy behind it is a camouflage of aggression. That they can still say that you are very bad, you are wrong, you are doing like this, you should not. I've seen people sympathizing with them. I've seen. By that sympathy they ruin that another person. Because that person doesn't improve in any way. When I've said that, forget it. When the sympathy starts working, that person will say, oh, I played the trick again very nicely. This we understood very well that you have not sympathized with the person, but you have really ruined the chances of the person. The idea of punishment comes from that in our laws. Punishment, jailing, all this is an expression of the same Sahaja Yoga. So this is what it is. One should understand that our human ideas are very different from that of God. He destroys, actually he cuts them off. Nothing wrathful God. He's wrathful. That is for the good of the whole that he does it. But there is no aggression. He doesn't all the time, oh, you are like this, you are like that, I will help you, I will do. This is not there. Cut off. I have nothing to do. You see the clear-cut point? If you understand this, then you will not have sympathies with such people at all. Sympathies. In Sahaja Yoga, either you are here or not there. Nobody is interested in you if you are going to behave like this. You have to change. For any relationship, it is true. Then it will work. The love itself does that. You see, like animals, you see. When, say, a mother is there, mother monkey is there, and a child monkey is there. When the child is sick, then she will be crying, weeping, shouting. She will ask help from everyone to help that child. But when he dies, she throws away. The moment she finds it's dead, finished. Now I have nothing to do. It's like that. When you find the person has lost spirit, finished. If he could be revived by any chance, it's all right. But it is. So if you understand this natural way of life, as the monkey does, you won't be fanatic by any chance. Alright? We follow the point. Now if you have any questions, you ask me.
If we come across Sahaja Yogi that becomes fanatical, do we try to point out this fact to him or immediately cut the ties, as you said?
You better ask them to listen to this tape. They wouldn't mind it from me. If there's any problem, use me, my tapes. Alright? If they say, you just say that this is what we feel, we are sorry, we have no interest anymore in you, so you please go away. We don't want to insult you or anything, you go away now. We have nothing to do. Just go away, please.
Do you allow him the time to change or just completely cut?
No, you see, you will immediately know when he tries to play tricks with you. It will be found out. Then you should say you go away. Immediately you will find out how that person is trying to play tricks with you. Then you just say, please go away, we have nothing more. You see, we cannot do any more with you. Finished. Just cut. You see, like this hand, till it works, alright. When it is dead, you have to cut it off. If you have to exist. तुम लोग खा लो फिर हम खा लेंगे।
मैंने कॉर्नफ्लेक्स और खा लिया था।
ये मैं नहीं खाती बेटा।
नहीं खाती चलो।
नहीं खा लिया कर। अच्छा तुम खा लो।
मैंने खा लिया नानी, मैं नहीं खा रही।
Look at the little one. So much concern. So sweet. She went to the market when we were there in Derbyshire and asked her grandfather to give her some money to buy something. And she bought a heart-shaped candle for me. And so he asked, why do you want this one? So she brought it home and gave it to me. That's the greatest joy. Like that you must think sometimes when you are very upset of such sweet, sweet things we have had in such nice people, what nice things they said and how they were nice to us. That will keep you free and nourished. We have had also very good experiences in surgery, not always. And then once that person is lost, finished. I have nothing to do. Finished, that person is dead now, gone. I have nothing to do.
You know the point when a person is supposed to be sent away, but our discrimination isn't always so good.
Just now, as far as your New York thing is concerned, you are still growing. You see, everybody is like that, let it go on like that. But after some time, after studying, you will see. It's easy to find out. Everything will be so obvious, it will come to you, you will see through something. You see, everybody will have the same experience. Say there was an ex-girl. They found her out because she tried the same tricks with everyone. You see, they are not genuine people. That's one of the signs. See, if you are left-sided, then you have all the symptoms of left-sided. You will cry too much, weep too much, do this, do that. It's genuinely you are left-sided. And if you are right-sided, you are genuinely. I mean, even if you are aggressive, it doesn't matter in Surge Yoga, but you should be genuinely aggressive. But a person who is genuinely aggressive and tries to show that he's very mild, very left-sided, I don't know, the boots were there, sort of a person. You'd find 3-4 instances, you will immediately know this person is playing tricks of it. It will do good to that person. That he should know that he is not going to go play any more tricks.
Mother, can I wanted to ask, this might be, I'm using myself as an illustration because I'm sure that I'm not unique. Inside of myself, I feel, commitment has never really wavered. When I wash your feet, I feel innocence, tremendous innocence and desire. But I've had a lot of conditioning. Sure, I'm not unique in here. I'm not asking this really about myself.
Who told you that?
Huh? Well, the conditioning.
Oh, you are all right. Absolutely. Now you don't worry about yourself too much. You have to worry about others. You are perfectly all right inside. Did you follow that point? Now there is nothing to put your attention to that. You are all right. Absolutely, you are drawn into it. You just don't worry. You are there. All right? You don't have that fear anymore. I love you very much. Just don't worry. All right? That's one thing you should not feel. In no way. You are perfectly all right. Just there. You shouldn't think like that. Those who think never say so. Those, who are really like that never say so. Those who are really crooked never say so. That's another thing I've seen. They still feel they can play tricks. That's it. Don't worry. You never did any tricks, believe me. I've never seen you doing any trick. That's how you have come up so much. Aren't you changed?
It's wonderful.
You are so much. Now be confident. Be confident. There's no need to have any doubts. You're perfect, all right. Just have confidence. Very few are like that. Not many. What else?
Father, I wanted to ask you, when we're talking to new people or when we're talking to the media, how much we should tell them about who you are.
No, nothing. Nothing at all.
Well,
Nothing, not a word. Nothing. You should say she's a person who is enlightened and she's doing this work and all that. You can talk about what my husband is and these things will impress them. These things might impress them. और इन लोग को सब कुछ आयला क्या करते हैं? कब से इसका ये कहाँ खो दिया पर खो गया तो खो गया सुन लो सब चाय पी ली you have had tea all of you really have you no you should have a full understanding with the new people also. With vibrations you will. Try to see how their vibrations are. They are wobbly. Are they getting vibrations? If they don't get vibrations, be careful. They are not steady, be careful. Wait. See if they are genuine people or not. Like we had someone who came in a program, extremely aggressive, he started saying things against me, he was drunk. And he got his realization next day he was first class. He was drinking everything and he was very ashamed of himself when people told him that you behave like this towards me. But he was genuine.
They run it right to the end. That's it. I've got some very interesting notes there and some insights I haven't had before.
हम सभी मिलकर श्री माता जी की आरती करेंगे।
सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जग में संकट कारण कितने लिए अवतार, माँ कितने लिए अवतार। विश्व में तेरी महिमा, विश्व में तेरी महिमा। तू गंगा यमुना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी। दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जो भी शरण में आया, सुख ही मिला उसको, माँ सुख ही मिला उसको। बैठ के दिल में हो माँ, बैठ के दिल में हो माँ। लौट के ना जाना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता दी, जय निर्मल माता दी, बिन बिसरा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना। मानव में अवतर के कर दिया उजियारा, माँ कर दिया उजियारा। कलयुग में आया है, कलयुग में आया है, फिर भी पहचाना माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता दी, जय निर्मल माता दी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना। संत जनों की धरती है भारत माता, माँ है भारत माता। इस धरती पर आकर, इस धरती पर आकर, दुख से दूर करना माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता दी, जय निर्मल माता दी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना। जब दिन में आए तब मधुर संगीत सुन लो, माँ मधुर संगीत सुन लो। होए सके जो सेवा, होए सके जो सेवा, हमसे करा देना माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता दी, जय निर्मल माता दी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। Shri Mahalakshmi Saraswati Mahakali Trigunanika Kundalini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Namo Namah Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah Bolo Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi ki